Hello, this is the 2024 LEGO Minecraft set called the Turtle Beach House. I have to wonder if LEGO actually got licensing from the well-known longtime gaming peripheral maker, Turtle Beach, for that name. Sorry, I just had to. This has 234 pieces and it costs the strange price of $27 US. Yeah, we're getting into the weird times with pricings of things here in the US. Obviously, this is intended to be a player-built structure that is themed to look like a sea turtle, and it's against a coast somewhere. So you got water over here, a body of water, a raft made with some nice light-colored wood there, and then it comes with a couple of figures, and of course, an actual sea turtle with some babies. Call me easy to please, but I think that this is a perfectly fine design for it, and I appreciate the fact that it's actually built up. You know, they could have done a bunch of customized and specialized molds to make this even more accurate, but I think it's just fine as it is. And you're able to rotate the legs forward and backward a little bit, and then each one is able to kind of flap up and down, so you kind of make it look like it's waddling onto land. And you got the print right there. You do start to notice with things like this much more readily the mold marks that LEGO is leaving, unfortunately, on parts more and more and more that are much more visible. And I think that definitely takes away from the feeling of a premium quality product when you see all of those marks there, especially when, you know, something is nice enough to be built up like this, but then you see all those strange marks. And then these are the babies, which are just little green colored roller skates, but then is the bright green color for the roller skate, but then with just the print for the top, which I think works just fine. You know, the scaling is good. The overall shape, you kind of see it, right? One end is different than the other to represent a head versus the little stubby tail, and the wheels represent the legs. It works. The raft also just works. You just have a couple of studs there to put a person's feet on when they're sitting down, and the set includes two of the tan colored shovel. I think that's a new color, if I'm not mistaken. I've not followed every single one of these sets, but it's just always nice to get recolors of things. And the in-between color there for the strappings is olive green. The house itself was a little bit more of an involved build than I thought. I just thought it would be a lot simpler, a lot more straightforward how it's put together. But like the head is done as its own thing that gets attached on separately. The door, as usual, is done nicely, but rather than using hinges like they used to, they're just using the clip system to connect on there. The door is also rather short. Like the whole thing has been, I feel like there's a little bit of shrinkflation that's gone on here. They've kind of shrunk the standard size, which I'm okay with. It's not too small, but you know, I do want to acknowledge that the overall scale, I think, of Minecraft stuff is going down just a little bit, as probably sales have gone down a little bit, as well as, you know, people's interest in Minecraft waxes and wanes over time. This is, you know, you got a little stand here for a flower pot with a nice flower on top of it. The eyes for the made up sea turtle here are just with actual pieces, so no prints used there. And then interestingly, these windows, which are just panels, are all the trans bright green, which is one of my most favored colors and color combinations to get in LEGO. You got also eggs over here on the shore, sugar cane. So hey, this is obviously freshwater, right? Because we totally have the concepts of freshwater and seawater separately, and just a little spot to hold somebody extra. It's nice to get the 2x2 clear jumpers in either completely clear or clear colors. And then of course you can take the top of this off to get in, you know, access to the interior. And it's a pretty open floor plan there, but it feels kind of cozy to me. I like the light coming through the trans bright green colored windows. I like how many windows there are. When it's in this form with the top off, it feels nice. It feels like this is a place that is brightly lit, even though in reality, all of our light is actually just coming from above. I feel there's enough immersion here with the placement of the windows and the little bit of tint that they give that I can feel what it is like to be a figure in this space. Now, this figure does just barely fit underneath the roof, only just, but it is tall enough. So even though they did go shorter here, it still is functional. You can have multiple figures in this space. The bed over there is up against a wall with the panel pieces with the flat part out, so there is enough room for arms to be on the side there. And you also just have a couple little lights in here, little lanterns. And I actually put that in incorrectly. This should obviously be turned around this way. There we go. So you can see the the flame as it is active, and you got your little crafting table. And see how a nook is created with the head, because it's just mostly attached from the top. That's just really interesting, making that usable space by only connecting this just from the corners. The actual minifigures are drowned with a trident, and there is a spare I'll show you with the extra pieces. And then this is a turtle skin, turtle skin warrior is what they officially call him, because that's the skin that's on the player character there. It's actually printed up pretty well. I'm happy that the prints in the set actually are pretty solid, pretty opaque. No worries there. And underneath this difficult to get helmet, you've got a little bit more right there. Yeah, a little bit more printing, slightly offset, not the best alignment there. Also, obviously, a piece of map here. And non-canonically, I put a piece of seagrass in the hand of the drowned there just to show you the piece. They did include that to represent something to actually, feed to the turtle and to get it to follow you and all that. But yeah, thankfully the prints on these figures are good. Again, with the mold marks though, these things are showing up more frequently, and especially on pieces, regular pieces, they're actually sticking out too, like the edges of things. It's looking like they're breaking the pieces off rather than properly severing them from their molds. The leftover parts, meanwhile, include everything that I could ask for. So an extra trident there, an extra one of the baby prints. You can actually make a full additional baby turtle out of that. Or with the parts from one set, you can put green roller skates on 2 figures, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's all good. The extra eye there and everything, and an extra piece of seagrass in that nice bright green color. The price again was $27. It's 27 euros, 21 pounds UK, and 33 dollars Canadian for 234 pieces. So if all you care about is price to part ratio, you're raging right now. I'm not raging. I feel like for 2024, this amount of stuff with at least mostly good quality with the prints, if not with the mold marks on there, and just generally a good design, something that brings me joy to look at. It feels playable. Overall, I think that this is a fine price. It would have been 25 previously, so a little bit of adjustment for inflation there. Just generally, I think this is one of the good sets. There have been a few slight misses from the Lego Minecraft line in the past year or two. This is not one of them. I think this is one of the good ones, and it would make a very good gift at the least. Thanks for watching. Those are my thoughts for now. Lots more to build on Twitch, lots more to review here on YouTube. Talk to you soon.